I'm back again with another update and a huge stack of wax and some CDs and cassettes to show you guys today. Lots of stuff that came in the mail. A couple of things that came locally by way of cassette. Anyway, I picked up a bunch of cool used cassettes locally. But before I get into all that stuff, I just got to address the t-shirt right now, which is Def Leppard. I saw them last night locally in Ottawa at the big blues festival. Of course, there's very little blues at that blues festival, but more of a pop festival really these days. They put on a great show. It was my first time ever seeing Def Leppard. I always wanted to see them ever since I was a little kid, probably. Back in the day when I started off with like High and Dry and Pyromania on cassette. And they did not disappoint, I gotta say. They did play quite a few tracks from these two classic albums. They didn't play anything from On Through the Night, which was a little bit disappointing, but they have so many hits, including hits from the 90s as well. But from these ones, they did Bring It On, The Heartbreak, of course, and Switch 625. They did Foolin', Photograph, Rock of Ages, Rock Rock Till You Drop. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with that. It was kind of cool to see a big show like that for not too bad of a price either. Because I think I'm not sure I would go see Def Leppard in a big stadium concert at this point, given the prices for stadium concerts. But festival outdoors was a lot of fun. Got the bootleg T-shirt because the regular T-shirt was like $70, and this is $20. Has the tour dates on the back. Good enough for me. So let's dive into some of the vinyl first that I picked up, that I got in the mail actually, picked up from the mail, from the post office. I think this is like the earliest or one of the early albums by Frontline Assembly, The Initial Command, reissued by Cleopatra, of course, doing some pretty great reissues of old EBM industrial classics. And this one is a banger, totally. Don't know if I have the vinyl here. Oh yeah, I think it's on blue vinyl. This particular release, some blue cloud action, kind of matches the text anyway in the cover. But yeah, Frontline Assembly, out of Vancouver, ex-member of Skinny Puppy in the 80s, goes on to create an amazing industrial EBM band as well. I didn't start off with this early Frontline Assembly. I started off with what is it, Tactical Neural Implant album a little later, but this early stuff is really good. Happy to pick that up. Got a couple synthwave stuff to show you. Got some metal. We'll get into the synthwave stuff next, I guess. This is pretty interesting stuff. Both kind of underground and unknown to me, these two records. I got them off Juno out of the UK. Some European Darkwave, synthwave stuff. Starting off with this one, which is actually a cover version of a pretty famous track, Los Ninos del Parque, which is Liaison Dangereuse, classic track from the 80s, industrial track, EBM. This is the band Nengue, which I think are from Italy. It's a duo. That's not them on the cover. Really cool cover art too, actually. This is kind of like reissued, but with a more recent remix of their African beat track. So it's really just a single. You get two versions of Los Ninos and two versions of African beat on this. On the Platform 23 label, this is a 2025 release. This single is smoking hot. Definitely go into my top 10 for the year. Played it over and over the other night for a little event that we were throwing, and some good old school sounding, kind of lo-fi-ish synthwave. Again, doing that cool cover of is it like the Belgian group, Liaison Dangereuse. And then another 2025 release. This one also synthwave, very retro sounding as well, but a newer act. It's a one-man project out of Switzerland, Zurich. This is Orphia, and the album's called Beau Discours. Blue cover, black vinyl. This is a full album, or an EP, I guess. 6 tracks, 3 on each side. and really cool Darkwave stuff as well. Again, totally unknown. It's kind of like blind buys. Got ordered them online after previewing them a little bit online, and they both rock. Definitely not no disappointments there. Those ones. Got a techno record to show you guys. Techno, but it's really like ambient, kind of drone. This is an Alexander Lewis record. I got this through Discogs. It's on the ES label out of the US, which I've got a few things on this label. Tends to do sort of experimental techno, kind of left field stuff, and artwork by Oliver Veriker, who also does some cool experimental techno. This is on Endangered Species, is the ES, by the way. Alexander Lewis, aka Shifted, and Pacific Blue, and a few other monikers as well, but he's probably the most known for Shifted. Really good, minimal kind of dubby sort of techno, heavy dub techno. This is pretty much all ambient and drone, like I said. Really good record though. I've been kind of playing it over and over. It's kind of funny how sometimes abstract records get a lot of play. I think just because they're abstract and you kind of hear something a little different each time maybe, but yeah, cool record. Been putting that on quite a bit. Now up next I've got 4 metal records to show you guys, all brand new. One's a reissue, but new releases from some pretty well-known metal bands. We'll start off with the Germans, Destruction. Their latest record, Birth of Malice. I already had this on CD. Hadn't listened to it a lot, I have to say. I've been listening still to the previous one before this one. Diabolic, is that what it was called? But yeah, this Birth of Malice is still in the same vein as the last one. Kind of punky, but modern production. Very modern production. I really dig it. I'm enjoying it on vinyl more than the CD at this point. But yeah, it's on Napalm Records. Just got the basic black vinyl, thank God. Easier to see the track distinctions. But yeah, Destruction's still going at it. I don't know what number record that is, but it's got to be close to 20 records at this point. Similarly, another German thrash legendary band released an album this year, 2025, Sodom. Got the new Sodom album, The Arsonist. This one totally bangs. I would say this. I put this above the Destruction one, just for one simple fact too. On production wise, they try to go for a little bit more old school style in production. They even had like their drummer, live drum the stuff without like the click drumming techniques and all that. Yeah, banger of an album, double record, and there's the inner gatefold there of. The old guys. Is it 2 old guys and 2 young guys, I think, now at this point for Sodom? This is like their 17th album. Came out on Steamhammer. It's the first one since the Genesis record, 2020. I love all their stuff. They are probably my number 1, and then Destruction number 2 for the German Tectonic 3. Creator coming out down below those 2. But yeah, wicked album. I wouldn't mind getting it on CD too. The CD was kind of pricey compared to the vinyl, so I just picked up the vinyl. Here's the legendary record, old school record. I got Celtic Frost Emperor's Return single again. Decided to pick this up. I think I had a reissue copy at one point, but then sold it. Got it back. So yeah, it's a classic. 1985, 86. Dethroned Emperor, Circle of the Tyrants, and Morbid Tales are on this. Or on the other album as well. But yeah, Celtic Frost. I think this is the debut of Reed St. Mark on drums, maybe, on this EP. Comes with a massive poster. And it is the Color Swirl vinyl. I feel like this has gone up in price since the last time I had picked it up. I would still love to get the OG. Really, that's really what I want. But for now, I'll settle for the reissue. Tom G. Warrior. It's just a total legend. Yeah, Celtic Frost. amazing stuff. And finally, for vinyl here, last record I'm going to show you guys, the latest Cancer album. Um, Crazy Death Thrash from the UK. It's on Peaceville, their latest release for 2025. I haven't listened to this very much, maybe once or twice, so I'm going to reserve judgment on this one, but I love the old stuff. I love the early first couple of records, so we'll see the newer stuff. Before I go into CDs, I'll just cover these cassettes first. Some stuff you guys will definitely recognize. This one definitely attracted me. Some Ramones. Animal Boy, of course, I've got this on vinyl, but wanted to pick up the cassette used copy, so that was kind of cool. Cassette's in the player. Judgment Night. Everybody remembers this comp, this soundtrack. This is the famous soundtrack of hip-hop meets heavy metal. Every track is a collabo. You got Cypress Hill with Sonic Youth, Onyx with Biohazard, House of Pain with Helmet, Run DMC Living Color, Ice-T with Slayer, De La Soul with Teenage Fan Club, Booyah Tribe with Faith No More, Cypress Hill with Pearl Jam. I mean, I don't even remember some of these tracks. I remember the Ice-T with Slayer for sure. And Onyx and Biohazard does the title track. But yeah, kind of cool to get that cassette. And some of the tracks are not so bad from what I've been listening to. Got an old Ministry cassette, EP, pretty famous EP. This is their, in case you didn't bother seeing us live, in case you didn't feel like showing up, live album. It's got Stigmata on it as well. Just a 6-track EP. Got this one, Red Cross, Neurotica, 1987 released by them. I don't really have any Red Cross actually. It's kind of weird. I feel like I want to get some now. Especially, I want to get this album on vinyl, or maybe even on cassette again, because so far this tape is not played very well. It's actually garbled and stopped. And this old classic, which I used to have on as a kid, and I would play that cassette all the time, over and over. So that's my wrap up for recent finds and new additions to the collection, which is ever growing. I'm going to post a little bit of video maybe at the end here of the Def Leppard concert, and I will see you guys soon.